sitting there watching the fire consume what's around you, and there's nothing you can do.
Homeowners in Pike County are worried as wildfires get dangerously close to their homes.
The presidential candidates are calling on big names to help win over voters, but time is running out. I'm Weijia Zhang at the White House with the latest coming up.
A teen told school officials he brought a gun to school because of issues in his neighborhood. What neighbors had to say coming up.
This is WKYT News at 5.
We, along with much of the state right now, on the fire watch as several large wildfires continue to burn, and the governor has stepped in.
He has declared a statewide emergency, and the Kentucky National Guard has been activated to help fight them. In Pike County, classes were canceled at 3 schools because of the heavy smoke in that area. We begin our top story team coverage in Harlan County, where more than 1,500 acres are burning. WKYT's Caleb No has our top story at 5.
Well, the situation only seems to get worse for people here in Harlan County as the fires continue to spread, and there's only so much they can do to keep it from getting closer to their homes. Kent Lewis watches from his doorstep as fire burns 40 feet from his Harlan County home.
You're sitting there watching the fire consume what's around you, and there's nothing you can do.
His family members have worked day and night this week to try to keep the fire away.
We worked on it all night last night and all morning this morning, and we need some help.
They're using their own equipment to fight the flames until help arrives.
You're scared, your adrenaline's rushing, you're just trying to do everything you can to save your house.
Harlan County is one of more than a dozen counties in the region under burn bans. The one positive note, we're told nobody has been hurt in the flames and no houses have caught fire. Now, we're told help is on its way from other parts of the state, but until then, people who live around here are hoping for some kind of assistance from Mother Nature, being any amount of rain that could help with this battle. Reporting in Harlan County, Caleb No, WKYT.
The State Division of Forestry says more than 20 fires have burned in at least a dozen counties in southeastern Kentucky. Several acres burned this week in Whitley County, including an area on Tackett Road south of Williamsburg. Forestry officials say the fire's cause is still under investigation there, but believe that arson may be to blame. Some of the fires in Whitley County were near homes, but all of them were contained by this afternoon.
How crazy can they get? Or do they want to kill somebody? I mean, what if there'd been somebody up there, not only the fire killing them, the smoke exhaustion. I mean, not being able to get fresh air. I mean, there's a lot of elderly people that live around here.
Forestry officials tell us that people are wanting to set back burn fires in their backyard to burn away brush in hopes of preventing the larger fires from coming onto their property. But officials say the fighting fire with fire needs to be left up to the professionals.
Outdoor burn bans have now been issued in at least 14 Kentucky counties and the entire Daniel Boone National Forest. Fleming and Clay counties are new to that list. You can find a full list of the counties that are under a burn ban at WKYT.com. A cold front working its way through the area is bringing some scattered showers this way, but officials say it probably won't do much to help fight the flames. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey joins us. Chris, you heard that plea. They need the rain, don't they?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot coming their way. At least, though, we're going to dampen the ground in some areas of southeastern Kentucky, and a few spots may pick up a quarter of an inch. Anything will help, but I don't think it's going to go all the way to extinguishing those fires that are out there, at least not all of them. Live sky cam coming out of southeastern Kentucky, Breathitt County cam, and depending on the wind direction here with this camera over the past couple of days, we've noticed a little more in the way of some smoky skies and then skies that are just mainly clear. A little haze showing up there in the distance. Cloudy Lexington, where we've had rain, 65 degrees. The one thing this will help out, the humidity department. Check that out. It's up to 87% now. So at least eastern Kentucky, the humidity levels are going to come way, way up, and you are getting in on some raindrops trying to press into parts of southeastern Kentucky. Right now from Stanford to Lancaster, Richmond, Berea, Mount Vernon, that's the area getting in on the majority of the downpours. Bluegrass region, Lexington, not quite a tenth of an inch here at the station. A little heavier amounts across southern parts of Fayette County, northern side of town. Yeah, kind of left out of the mix. Mountain Parkway, from Clay City and Stanton toward the Campton area. Now we're starting to get into the area with all the fires that are burning, and you see the green slowly getting closer, so that'll help out. We're also watching another broken band of some showers into northern Kentucky, and watch this future radar that tries to blow up a little more action this evening into southeastern Kentucky. So folks across the mountains dealing with those brush and forest fires right now, don't just look at the radar and to see what is out there now, because as we go through the next 3 or 4 hours, I expect a few more additional showers and storms to develop to try to help the cause. Guys, we'll try to find a little more rain in the 7-day forecast here in a little under 10 minutes.
For the third time in just 5 days, a pedestrian has died after being hit by a car in Lexington. This morning, 26-year-old Dylan Hahn died after he was hit by a car while walking on Richmond Road near North Eagle Creek. It happened about 7 a.m. WKYT's Hillary Thornton talked to investigators.
The deadly collision happening around 7 o'clock this morning. Investigators say 26-year-old Dylan Hahn was trying to cross Richmond Road here in between Eagle Creek and Squires Road.
He crossed outside of the crosswalk and was struck by oncoming traffic is what we have right now.
The investigation by police still in its initial stages. They say a woman was driving outbound on Richmond Road when she hit the 26-year-old in the outbound lanes, her vehicle then coming to a stop on the median. Investigators say while both intersections nearby at Eagle Creek and Squires Road do have crosswalks, they say the spot where Hahn was attempting to cross in was hit does not have a crossing for pedestrians. Hahn was rushed to the University of Kentucky Hospital where he later died. This is the fourth collision involving a pedestrian in Lexington since Saturday. Hahn is the 8th pedestrian hit and killed in Lexington this year. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Police say they do not expect to file charges against the driver.
A Lexington dollar store was robbed at gunpoint this morning. The Family Dollar on Waller Avenue was robbed at gunpoint just before noon. Police tell us a man walked in, pulled a gun on the clerk, demanded money, and ran out when he got some cash. Police are working to get surveillance video from the store. The business closed after that robbery.
The presidential election now less than a week away, and the latest national poll shows Hillary Clinton still ahead of Donald Trump.
Weijia Jiang has the latest now from the White House in our campaign 2016 coverage.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton crisscrossed the critical battleground states of North Carolina and Florida Thursday. The candidates also deployed big-name surrogates.
He can't hear you boo, but he can hear you vote.
President Obama energized the crowd in Florida, where Hispanic early voting may be up nearly 139% from 2012. Obama said a Trump presidency would be disastrous for America.
All of you are uniquely qualified to make sure that this uniquely unqualified person does not become president.
Trump's wife Melania hit the campaign trail in Pennsylvania. As First Lady, she said she would fight against cyberbullying.
We have to find a better way to talk to each other, to disagree with each other, to respect each other.
The latest CBS News New York Times poll shows Clinton's national lead is shrinking. She's up by 3 points, but campaign advisors say Trump could turn historically blue states red.
If Mr. Trump wins Pennsylvania, this election is over.
While both candidates are trying to tip the Electoral College math in their favor, only 8% of voters say their minds might change before Election Day. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
On the eve of the presidential election, Clinton will make her final pitch to voters in Philadelphia with her husband Bill Clinton and the Obamas at her side.
A Tates Creek High School student arrested for bringing a loaded gun to school appeared in court today. A judge entered a not guilty plea on Lamar Sanford's behalf. Police charged him with carrying a concealed deadly weapon, resisting arrest, and unlawful possession of a weapon in a school. According to his arrest citation, Sanford told police he didn't intend to hurt anyone at the school. Police say the 18-year-old claimed he had the gun because of issues in his neighborhood. Today, WKYT's Caitlin Sentner talked to some people who live in Sanford's neighborhood. It's a story that's new here at 5.
Quiet apparently isn't the norm around Honey J Court.
Well, there's a lot of fights that happen around here.
This woman, who didn't want to go on camera, says she stays out of trouble by staying inside.
I lock the doors.
Thursday, there was a lot of activity outside, but we were getting conflicting stories.
Yeah, it's straight, you know what I'm saying?
18-year-old Lamar Sanford, this man's neighbor, just got in some trouble for packing a gun at Tates Creek High School.
I use my fist, so I don't need a gun. So I don't know what these people be doing down here, man. That's just crazy.
We knocked on a lot of doors in this neighborhood, and most people we talked with didn't want to talk on camera, but the teen had said he brought a gun to school because of issues in this neighborhood.
We were surprised. We definitely don't want them to take matters in their own hands, because that's what police are for. We're there to protect and to serve them.
While police couldn't give us crime statistics in the area, a search online showed multiple assaults, burglaries, and thefts on the street this year. Commander Rodney Sherrod, who oversees the police sector in that area, says community policing has helped decrease crime.
And yeah, you're right, it has gotten a lot better. Is it perfect? Absolutely not.
He says they continue to crack down on crime while increasingly interacting with their community. In Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
Sanford was released from jail to his father's custody. The judge is requiring him to wear an electronic monitor and said the only places he is allowed to go are home and court.
A star of a new CBS series also happens to be a UK grad. How a popular professor pushed her to the career in 10 minutes.
And later in Better Living, what toy is expected to be all the craze this Christmas?
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Weak cold front right on top of the area now, as expected, delivering scattered showers. Certainly nothing all day, and it may try to help out some of the forest fires into eastern Kentucky. Let's look at 9 live sky cams that are out there. Everybody dealing with a mostly cloudy sky now. Farther to the east, the greater the rain chances over the next several hours. Lexington, we've picked up, at least on the south side of town, closing in on a 1/4 inch. North side of town, yeah, not a whole heck of a lot. Hamburg Pavilion, just across the way from Winchester Road, from where we are, on the other side of Winchester Road, here at WKYT with that live sky cam showing around 4/500ths of an inch of rain so far here at the station. Not a ton. Southeastern Kentucky, some good news with rain that is pressing in. Is it going to be enough to end the forest fire threat over the next several days? No. Can it help out in the short term? Yes, even if it is just to increase the humidity levels so those fires don't burn as hot and as quickly. That can help the fire folks down there who are really trying to do everything they can to get these fires out. Heaviest rain, Berea down to Mount Vernon, Interstate 75. We go through 421 here in the eastern parts of Jackson County. That's not too far away from Anvil, over into Campton, Wolfe County. Got a few fires into this area near the Natural Bridge area, Red River Gorge. We're getting in on some much needed rains. It's coming down at a pretty good clip when you start to see those yellows and oranges in there. And that's going to continue to work its way on toward the south. One more little band of rain is going to try to pop here from Lexington and north, and then it's going to slide toward the south and southeast. And the short-term models suggest that the greatest threat will be across the southeastern corner of the state. So here's the front finally getting rid of all the, as I called it earlier on one of the Facebook Lives that we did, obnoxious heat to start out the first few days of November. A lot of folks probably like that obnoxious type of heat. 60s behind this front, at least right now. The numbers, though, will gradually go down as we go through later tonight. 40s to begin the day. 55 to 60 coming up tomorrow afternoon. 40s, though, out and about tomorrow evening. 3-day threat track, nada, nada, nada. Except it does get a little colder and a touch of frost around to start out the weekend mornings. Hour-by-hour forecast, 7 o'clock, southeastern Kentucky. You're going to get in on some more showers right on through 11 this evening. End of the day tomorrow, 40s to begin the day. Then look what happens. Model at noon has some low clouds, a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow afternoon. So that's why one temperature forecast never fits all, but into the afternoon, you may see clouds keeping temperatures low 50s one spot, sun pushing it close to 60 in another. As we go into the day on Saturday, 30s to start the day, and toward the afternoon, we'll see those numbers beginning to rise into the low 60s. And just like tomorrow, as soon as that sun sets this weekend, temperatures are going to be dropping. We fall back. Clocks go back 1 hour. Hello, extra sleep. Goodbye extra hour of sunshine into the afternoon, though. Into early next week, guys. Small chance for a election day shower. Better chance Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
All right, Chris, thanks so much.
Still several things working, including an overturned vehicle at Tates Creek in Crawley. Police are still working that scene. Also a new crash at 7th and Maple. And we saw the problem, the outer loop of Manowar. It's going to be near Trent Boulevard. That's a car in the right lane is blocking us there. Drive times to Winchester, 64, no problem. 75 across the Clays Ferry Bridge. We're good so far. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Don. Coming up, we'll show you the special baseball bats coming off the line at Louisville Slugger after last night's historic World Series finale.
As the Chicago Cubs and their fans enjoy the team's first World Series championship in 108 years, Louisville Slugger is offering a commemorative bat to help mark the historic occasion. Commemorative bats for the champs began rolling off the line this morning. Louisville Slugger has been a part of every World Series played since the first one in 1903. The company will offer a limited edition blue and red version, single color bats, mini bats, and personalized bats. They can be purchased at the factory in Louisville or on slugger.com. A lot of people are going to be picking those up.
I like that blue. That's sharp.
UK grad Reshma Shetty has a starring role on the new CBS show Pure Genius.
But the opera singer turned actress knows that she wouldn't be where she is today without some guidance from her well-known professor, Dr. Everett McCorvey. WKYT's Miranda Combs explains how a teacher gave his student a little push to go beyond her dreams.
This is Dr. Everett McCorvey's 1:30 vocal class. A one-on-one session for a little bit of fine-tuning. Dr. McCorvey is a highly accomplished director of UK's opera theater program. Look above and you'll see he's taught a lot of successful students. One in particular, Reshma Shetty from England, moving from the UK to UK.
She wanted to be an opera singer, and she did wonderful roles here. She performed in Grand Night.
Shetty came here as a grad student in the late 90s. She wanted to only be an opera singer. McCorvey saw something different, a beautiful face to go with a beautiful voice. So he persuaded her to go into modeling and acting.
And I said that, you know, you should use all of your gifts in the performing arts. Well, you thought I would have said something like go out and jump off of a building, because she was like, Dr. McCorvey, I am an opera singer.
Shetty listened, got with a modeling agency, later acted on Broadway, and now hitting it big time in television shows like CBS's Pure Genius, where she plays a neurologist.
I think it's time to talk to her parents about taking her off life support.
Dr. McCorvey says Shetty doesn't sing as much as she used to.
I'll just need you to sign a document releasing your daughter to our care.
Acting is now her thing.
She really sort of found that part of her life by being here at UK.
A smart move by McCorvey that looks to be pure genius. In Lexington, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
One talented lady. Yesterday, Reshma Shetty celebrated her 39th birthday. You can see her on Pure Genius tonight on WKYT at 10. An emotional day in a Clark County courtroom. The three men responsible for the death of Amber Cottle found out how long they'll stay in prison. We'll hear from Cottle's mother coming up at 5:30.
Thieves are taking advantage of new technology in cars. What you can do to protect yourself coming up in Better Living. It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Investigators say thieves are stealing more and more cars that have push-button ignitions, but police say there are some simple things you can do to protect yourself. Erica Fernando has the story.
Just push a button. That's all it takes to start newer model cars like this. It's convenient for drivers, but can also be just as convenient for thieves.
The key's already in here. Hold the brake, hit the start button, and go.
Of the 40 reported car thefts last month in North Little Rock, 14 were from keys being left in cars. 5 of those were these key fobs to push start cars.
A lot of your manufacturers are working, especially Honda, to try to prevent that. But it's really not all that surprising.
Because drivers of these push-start cars don't have to physically use the key to start it. They're more likely to leave it in the car at all times.
Nowadays, you know, you sit it down in the center console or in the dash, and you really need to get used to either leaving it in your pocket or your purse or wherever you got it. It's too easy to leave it behind.
If drivers leave the key fob in the vehicle, that can allow anyone to get inside and push start the car.
Car suspects now are realizing that they don't have to have a key to steal a vehicle, that they can enter the car, push the button.
So instead of setting your keys down somewhere in the car, the best solution is to always keep your keys on you.
The key fob does make it easier. We don't have to keep something in your purse or pocket, but it also makes it easier for criminals.
Many drivers are just leaving the spare set in the car, but even if you try to lock it, these cars will remain unlocked while a fob is inside.
It is basically a key without being a key. Make sure it's on you at all times or you know where it is.
Sports Illustrated is celebrating the Cubs' historic World Series win with a new cover released ahead of schedule. The magazine moved up production by nearly a week in order to release the cover, which reads All the Way. It features the Cubs' Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant from Wednesday night's Game 7. The cover is already up on SI's website and social media platforms. Copies will start reaching newsstands and subscribers as early as Saturday. And this year's holiday toy craze looks to be Hatchimals. They are interactive toys that hatch from plastic eggs. They're already sold out online at Walmart, Toys R Us, Amazon, and at most Target stores. They retail for about $50, but are already selling for nearly $1,000 on eBay. Happy shopping for that. Now, here's what's coming up for you at 5:30.